Good morning, USA. Welcome to another episode of the Bernie or Bust show. I am still fueled by coffee, and looks like the roasted mixed nuts are gone. Sorry about that. But the barley from yesterday was so good that maybe you're still energized. Got to talk about this updated webpage. We've talked about take the Bernie or Bust pledge, go to bernieorbust.info. If you go to bernieorbust.info, let's just start over here. bernieorbust.info. It takes you to Citizens Against Plutocracy page. And this page has been updated, and it takes you not only to the pledge, but it takes you to this video, Bernie or Bust, Pioneers of Electoral Revolt. And there's this new strategy called IRIS. This video is called Introduction to Revolt Against Plutocracy's Independent, Revolutionary, Integrated Strategy. And so we've got a discussion of leverage and Bernie or Bust, and I've talked about those things before. Talks about the bumper sticker, talks about getting the word out in various ways, reading the book Bernie or Bust, Pioneers of Electoral Revolt, sharing the book with other people, and how to have conversations with key people in your own neighborhoods who can make or break this movement. And then I really hope that you'll get this bumper sticker. I showed you my car. I'll put a picture of my own bumper in the information section. The main thing I want to give you today, besides to let you know that you can go to this page and take the pledge, buy the book, buy a bumper sticker, find some really important talking points, and keep the buzz going. But the next thing I want to talk about is Nina Turner's tweets. Nina has been turned up lately. Nico House calls it when she gets really passionate about, especially about combating injustice. She goes from Nina Turner to Nina Turnup. And on one of his videos, I'll put that one also in it was a recent video. I just watched it this morning. In addition to Nina and being turned up, Nico, when he's turned up, that's awesome. When Tim Black gets turned up. But one of the people who makes me tremble when he speaks is Killer Mike. And on Nina Turner's page, she's got an interview where Killer Mike speaks. This has been around a while, and I've seen it before, but I just want to point you to Nina Turner's tweets, because she's got all kinds of tweets that should really shake people up or rile them up or inspire them, and this is one of them. Thank you, Killer Mike, for the uplift on The Real Daytime. When you called me this generation's Shirley Chisholm, my heart skipped beats. Her unbought and unbossed spirit informs me. The fight for justice is forever, and I am honored to be in that fight. I think one of the reasons that Nina inspires me is because she's such a beautiful person. She's so spiritually and emotionally together. She knows what matters in life. That's what inspires me about her, and then her passion when she turns it on. And what she often posts about is the empowerment of women. And her voice isn't it isn't about taking things away from other people. It's about making sure everyone has what they need. It's abundance. She thinks I know it's going to sound mushy, but she thinks the way Jesus talks. And Jesus has been co-opted by a lot of people, ugly people. But Nina Turner is not one of those. And when she talks in terms of abundance. There's enough for everybody. And abundance is what inspires me. And Killer Mike gets it. And so Killer Mike's on this show with all these women, and these women all have their own take on life and how to empower women. And Nina, when she talks about Bernie Sanders, it's clear that one of the reasons, the most powerful reasons that she loves Bernie Sanders is because he empowers women. He empowers minorities. He empowers the oppressed. He empowers the powerless, which again, going mushy on you, that's what Jesus talked about. He hath put down the mighty from their seats, and the rich he hath sent empty away. And that gets me every time. So here, without talking you to death, here's Killer Mike on thereal.com.
Last time we saw you when he last ran, are you planning on supporting him this time around?
Yeah, and a very big reason why is because of Nina Turner. Nina Turner, who's a former senator out of Ohio, is an African-American woman. She's dynamic. She is our generation's Shirley Chisholm, for real, not for play. She is currently the leader of our revolution, his organization. And Nina called me personally and said, Michael, I think this is something you should be doing. So because of Nina Turner, you've seen me support Stacey Abrams. You saw me ask Sanders to support Stacey Abrams. So I would like nationally, not only, am I supporting Bernie, I would like the world nationally to know that I'm supporting him in large part because of former Senator Nina Turner.
Do you think that he has a good chance of beating Donald Trump?
I don't think you beat Magneto without Professor X. So we need the total antithesis of what we say we don't like about Trump, and the total antithesis of that is Bernie Sanders. And my thing is you don't put out a fire without water. And we need water right now.
Can you just give me a couple of details of why you like him as a candidate?
Okay. Do you like and respect Dr. Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
Of course.
So Dr. King, if you guys watch King in the Wilderness, in his last 3 years of life, pretty much all of his friends had abandoned him. The organizations he had started had kind of left him alone. But his things were anti-war, actually the eradication of poverty,
yes,
and the upliftment of workers' rights,
right,
and the restoration of nobility to basically humanity. No other presidential candidate I've seen in my life has an agenda that matches Dr. King's agenda with more points than Bernie Sanders. So my support of Bernie Sanders, my support of Senator Sanders is not about personality. It's not about politics. It is about the agenda that I saw Dr. King and my grandmother and people who marched for all of our civil rights finally is on a platform of a politician, and I'm led by principles and morals, not by men. So his principles, his morals, and his agenda is
there you go. I could watch that over and over. Okay, unshaved, unbathed, unedited, unscripted. Travel mercies to Ethan and Emma. They're going back to Erie. And catch you tomorrow.